October 2022, Aston Villa are in turmoil. They've just sacked manager Steven Gerrard and hired Unai Emery. Fast forward to now, and they are beating the likes of Newcastle United by 3-0, and their position in the table puts them with a good chance of European football. Today we're going to be having a look at how Unai Emery has transformed this Aston Villa side. Please like the video and subscribe, it really would mean a lot to me. But now, let's talk about how Unai Emery has improved Aston Villa. When Unai Emery was appointed, Aston Villa found themselves in 16th position with 12 points after only 13 games played. Steven Gerrard was not doing the correct job, and so Unai was brought in. Fast forward to now and things are a little bit different. They actually now sit in 6th position after 31 games played, 50 points on the board after 15 wins, 5 draws and 11 losses. That's not bad at all. To compound this with a little bit of context, Chelsea at the time of Unai's appointment were sitting in 6th position with 21 points on the board after 12 games. Fast forward to now and things look a little bit different. And it's not great for the London club really. Aston Villa now sit in 6th position, 5 places above Chelsea, having got 11 points more after the same amount of games played. That's just staggering. And now Aston Villa are looking upwards towards greater and better things, perhaps even a place in Europe. But how have they done it? Let's take a look. This is the Aston Villa team that played against Newcastle United. They beat them by 3-0. It was such an impressive performance, and this is down to how Unai Emery has Aston Villa playing now. We've got them set up in their 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1, depending on how you want to look at the formation. Buendia can come inside and start off in that 4-2-3-1. We have Ashley Young, Konsa, Mings, and Moreno. The real interesting players here are going to be Ashley Young and Moreno going forwards. We have Ramsey, Luis, Dendoncker and McGinn, and you might be thinking, why do you have John McGinn out on the wing and why do you have Ramsey out on the wing? They're not particularly wingers, especially Ramsey. John McGinn can do a job out on one of the sides. However, Jacob Ramsey isn't normally playing in this position, so why is he there? It's actually one of the main crucial points as to how Unai Emery has Aston Villa playing. And then, of course, going forwards, you have Emi Buendia and Ollie Watkins. Right. So, how do Aston Villa go forwards? When Aston Villa go forwards, they like to dominate a lot of the width, but at the same time, they have the players to be able to fill in the middle of the pitch, allowing them to have overloads on certain areas and also be able to pack that midfield to stop any counterattacks going back the other way. How do they do this? Well, going forwards, we have John McGinn cutting inside to the middle of this pitch, and we have Jacob Ramsey doing exactly the same. This will allow the width from the wingers coming down the side. And I say the wingers, but I actually mean the fullbacks. They will taking up wing positions, allowing Aston Villa to maintain width, but also at the same time maintaining a presence in the middle of midfield. Ollie Watkins is going to play a major part in this because whenever the likes of a Jacob Ramsey or a John McGinn get the ball, or it could be a Douglas Luiz, Ollie Watkins will be spinning in behind, making sure that he's challenging the channels in behind him. These areas here, just making sure that he's always becoming a nuisance, always running for the ball, instead of running straight into the channels to try and bring his team up the pitch. We've got Ollie Watkins spinning in behind the defence, continuously causing that danger from behind. Then moving forwards, we have, obviously, as I said, John McGinn moving into this central position, as does Jacob Ramsey, Ollie Watkins and Buendia going forwards as well. Dendoncker and Douglas Luiz will help. However, Douglas Luiz go forwards a little bit more. Dendoncker will cover inside. But when this happens, it is a trigger for the fullbacks to be able to come forwards and maintain these channels. These channels that I'm going to highlight for you right here. This channel here and this channel here is going to be occupied by the fullbacks. This allows them to, again, maintain their width while also unlocking the likes of a John McGinn and a Jacob Ramsey, taking up different positions, these almost half spaces here, and this allows for the overloads or the 1-2s to really happen. So if I highlight this in a different color for you, you can see what I mean, and then it all becomes clear. So we have two separate positions. We have the position that the fullbacks are taking up, we have the position that the two wingers are taking up, almost extra central attacking midfield positions. This then unlocks the positioning of Emi Buendia, and it allows him to float. He can float either to the right hand side or he can float over to the left hand side. It's this freedom that gives Aston Villa their dynamism, and it's their real ability to transition into different phases of play. Ollie Watkins will then be asked to really take up his main position as the striker in the middle of the box. We can highlight that as well. If we pick up this, we can highlight that for you. He's going to be playing in the middle of the box, and Buendia is going to be getting into the box whenever it is necessary to be able to get some extra bodies here. It is so impressive the way they've managed to be also dominating possession, but at the same time making sure that they have so much threat in different areas. It also, as I said, allows for several different interplays to allow them to really play through the lines, play through different channels, and make sure that they're able to get into different pockets of spaces. Now obviously if the ball is over on this side, or if the ball is over on this side, different things will happen on the opposite side of the pitch. So for example, if the ball is here, we can see John McGinn or Ashley Young really coming towards the back post areas of the box. Ollie Watkins will be always making sure that he's occupying this area, and Buendia will be playing his role, his central rolling, just floating role in this Aston Villa team. It is done brilliantly. Defensively, what happens and how do they play? Well, from a defensive point of view, Aston Villa are actually set up very, very well. You have this back four, but then defensively you have a flat back four just in front of them. Perhaps John McGinn and Jacob Ramsey will be a little bit more vertical than that, but it is essentially a 4-4-2 with Jacob Ramsey staying out on this channel and John McGinn staying out on that channel, making sure that they are the first players to really engage the opposition wingers. This then gives Moreno and Young time to be able to set themselves to be able to get into their secondary positions to be able to help out the centre-backs. Douglas Luiz and Dendoncker will then move and rotate over wherever they need to in the centre of the park, and Emi Buendia will actually drop back into a role just in front of that midfield too, making sure that they're difficult to beat going through. It means that they can't play, or the opposition can't play through the middle of the pitch. They struggle to play through the wings, and it also allows and gives Ollie Watkins the space and the time to be able to cheat on that last line and again spin him behind to give that extra threat. It's set up in such a good way that they have counter-attacking possession, they have ability on the ball and real overloads in certain areas, and at the same time they always pose a threat. Brilliant. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on Aston Villa, Unai Emery and the great things they are doing. Can they get to Europe? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Europe or not? Tell me, please. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.